Hare Krishna. Let's wait for some 5 minutes more so that we can get more before we start. Let's wait for 5 minutes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We have only 2 students. We have only 2 students here yet. Not encouraging. We have only 2 students. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please bear with us. Let us wait a little bit. The attitude of students
sir.
are also discouraging. So let's wait a little bit. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prasharine Nirvisesa Smiyavadi Achatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Guru, Nitai Guru, Haribo, Haribo, Gora Haribo, Nitai Guru, Haribo, 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 Gora, Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Gora Haribo, Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Gora Haribo. So thank you very much. You are welcome to today's ISKCON Disciple Course. Last time we treated lesson 5. And lesson 5 is entitled Guru Padashraya. Guru Padashraya. Guru Padashraya simply means taking shelter of the lotus feet of a guru. And there, you cannot talk about Guru Padashraya without talking about Prabhupada Padashraya. So Guru Padashraya begins with Prabhupada Ashraya. So we talked about Prabhupada Ashraya, meaning taking shelter of Srila Prabhupada, the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, what it means. Then taking shelter of the lotus feet of a guru, what it means, how to take shelter of a guru, what are the qualifications of a guru, bona fide guru in ISKCON, and the qualification. We talked all that, and we talked about how Srila Prabhupada has a unique relationship with every ISKCON devotee, and we brainstormed on how to build a very authentic relationship with Srila Prabhupada right from the beginning of our development service. Talked about that. We brainstormed specific ways to develop authentic devotional relationship with Srila Prabhupada from the beginning of our spiritual life. Can somebody remember some of the points we came up with? Someone who was in class last week. What are specific ways we can develop a deep, authentic devotional relationship with Srila Prabhupada from the beginning of our spiritual life?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, some of the ways is by reading Srila Prabhupada's book, by reading his books, and also spreading the word.
By reading Srila Prabhupada books regularly, and by also distributing the books. Yeah, that's correct. Can somebody remember any other way? We constantly read Srila Prabhupada books. We are connected because Srila Prabhupada is our main Siksha Guru. And all the gurus, both Sikshas and Dikshas, they become gurus by studying Srila Prabhupada books. Not only studying the books, but acting accordingly. Obeying the instructions in the book. Then we also talked about distributing Srila Prabhupada books because since Prabhupada is our main instructor, his books are our major books. Even if other gurus write books, those books are just complementary. That we should focus on distributing Srila Prabhupada book. And that if any new person comes, we should endeavor to give him Srila Prabhupada's books because Srila Prabhupada has done all the preachings in his books. All that you need to tell the person, Srila Prabhupada has told the person in his books. So if we distribute Prabhupada books, we are doing the greatest, good to ourselves, the greatest good to those who are coming, sent by the Parampara. And we are aligning ourselves properly with ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON. And if we do that, Prabhupada will always be there with us. Sorry. My my computer is now coming up. It has been battling with me, so forgive me. Hare Krishna. Okay. I told you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sorry for the pause. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, let's try. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna. Krishna. Every time I got it back, disgusting. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I think it's okay now. It's okay now. Okay. So let's go ahead. But wait, still not okay. People should talk to my computer to not fight me like this. Trying to defeat me in the public. Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. So can you hear me, please? I'm fighting with myself here.
We can hear, but the echo is too much.
Hare Krishna. Can you make me course for this Chaitanya Brahma? Or whether I can try doing myself?
Please, what did you say?
To make me co-host Chaitanya Brahma dance, not Franklin Johnson. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Can you hear me?
Yes, please. I'm trying to remove myself from being the co-host to make you the co-host, but I think only the host can do that.
Don't remove myself. I change my own. Franklin Johnson changed to Chaitanya Brahma. Because the way my devices are fighting with me, I might lose everything suddenly. So keep your own and try to see if you can help me change from Franklin to Chichapram.
Okay.
Okay, we are now hosts. Okay, great. Seems it has worked. Good. Okay. Can you see my screen now? Yeah, it has gone off. The screen is now help. Okay. I think it's okay now.
Yes,
Are you seeing my screen?
yes, please, but it's still echoing.
It's still echoing. My God.
I think you should mute the
Yeah.
other name, Chaitanya Premadas.
Hare Krishna.
It's better now.
It's better now?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. At last we have arrived somewhere. So we're saying that one of the ways of establishing an authentic relationship with Srila Prabhupada from the beginning of our devotional life is by reading and studying Srila Prabhupada books, following the instructions therein, and also distributing these books to others. That's one of the ways. And one other way is to regularly participate in Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja or also do Prabhupada Guru Puja. That's one of the ways. And to follow the regulatory principles enjoined in ISKCON and to work within the structure, administrative structure given by Srila Prabhupada, all are ways of establishing an authentic devotional relationship with Srila Prabhupada. And also, whenever you offer obeisances, you must recite Srila Prabhupada's pranam also, at least half of it, or the first half. The first half of Srila Prabhupada pranam. So it's very important that we do all that. And we say, okay, apart from that, what else did we discuss? That we wanted to know some of the benefits for ISKCON as a whole, of individual members developing a authentic relationship with the Prabhupada. What are some of the benefits? And we said that will boost it will increase our faith and also solidify our footings in ISKCON. And we talked about the relationship between the Siksha Guru, the Diksha Guru, and Srila Prabhupada. That the Diksha Guru and the Siksha Gurus help us to take proper shelter of Srila Prabhupada. And by taking proper shelter of Srila Prabhupada, it will also strengthen our position as disciples and our faith in Guru, both Siksha and Diksha will also increase. So symbiotically, they are all complementary. So taking shelter of Srila Prabhupada is very beneficial. Taking shelter of the Siksha Guru is beneficial. Taking shelter of the Diksha Guru is also beneficial. So we must take shelter of these three gurus. Yes, some people take more shelter of Srila Prabhupada, it is good. Some people take more shelter of their Diksha Guru, it is still good. And some people take more shelter of the Siksha Guru, it is also good because they are all complementary. Okay. Then I think we should go through some of the slides and just so that we move a little bit faster. Because this is not today's, this is like a recap. And these are the lessons in Unit 2, lessons on the screen. Unit 2 consists of lesson 5, 6, and 7. And lesson 5 is Guru Padashraya. Lesson 6 is selection of Guru. That is today's lesson. But the lesson is a bit long, so we may go halfway, then we complete the second half of it on Thursday. Then lesson 7 is initiation vows. This all will be dealt with in details. Now, the first quotation is Yasya Deve Parabhakti, Yata Deve Tata Guru, Tasyate Katita Hiyata, Prakasante Mahatmana. And what does this mean? It means unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master, all the impulse of Vedic literature or Vedic knowledge are automatically revealed. So we need to develop implicit faith both in the Guru and Krishna. Then this is the meaning of Prabhupada Ashraya, that as the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, and the preeminent teacher and ultimate authority within our society, Srila Prabhupada has a unique relationship with every ISKCON devotee. Srila Prabhupada has a unique relationship. He's our grandfather, and therefore every one of us, after all, we are all reading the Srila Prabhupada books in order to become devotees. He established the guidelines, all the programs we are following, starting from Mangalati to Sandhya Arati. Srila Prabhupada established it. The 7 purposes of ISKCON, they were established by Srila Prabhupada. The governing body commission, the governing structure, administrative structure of ISKCON, established by Srila Prabhupada. And all the gurus and all Siksha gurus and everybody is within that framework. So Srila Prabhupada has a direct relationship with each and every devotee. And therefore, we ask the question, who is eligible to take shelter of Srila Prabhupada? Well, I will immediately answer that everyone, every devotee is eligible to take shelter of Srila Prabhupada, at least starting from reading his books, then following his instructions and becoming steadily situated in Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada remains unique for everyone. Then Prabhupada Ashraya, ISKCON devotees shall instruct new members to take shelter of Srila Prabhupada. Very important. All new members that come, we must be enthusiastic to give Prabhupada's book to them. We preach to them, we give them Srila Prabhupada's book so that they can have opportunity to directly associate with Srila Prabhupada. Some of us are not pure devotees yet. We are on the path of purity. But Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee. So if any newcomer reads Srila Prabhupada's books, he gets maximum benefits. So please, let's take note of this. Anybody that comes to the temple, at the end of your preaching, you should give him Srila Prabhupada books. Even if books written by your guru are there, focus on giving Srila Prabhupada's book. Then ISKCON members shall choose when and from whom they wish to request initiation. Nobody should tell you to take initiation from a particular person, because it's a vow you are making, and you are going to live by it. You'll be committed to that vow for life. So if somebody induce you to take shelter of a particular person, and later if the connection, the heart-to-heart connection is not there, then you will find somebody to blame. So it is a way of responsibility, taking responsibility. You yourself have to study the guru. The guru will study you. It is said that a disciple can test his guru, the guru can test his disciple before initiation. See, if you test the guru, a potential guru or prospective guru, and it passes your test, it will deepen your commitment. So all that is there. But once you take a guru, it becomes an offense to renounce that guru if the guru is not falling. So nobody should tell you to take a guruship from initiation from a particular guru. If somebody instructs you, you can refuse. You have the right to refuse the person. Say, no, I don't want to take initiation from so and so person. I want to take initiation from A, B, C, or C. So please be bold enough to do that, because you are the one making commitments. Then they must focus their attention on Srila Prabhupada as the founder Acharya and as their preeminent Siksha Guru. That's why we emphasize that we give books, Prabhupada books, to all new people. And when new people come, they don't have a guru yet. So when they bow down, they should chant Srila Prabhupada's pranam. All new people should chant Srila Prabhupada's pranam. But initiated gurus and disciples can chant, they have to chant their guru's pranam, then they can chant the first stanza of Srila Prabhupada's pranam. This is how it is done. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes, Prabhu.
So now we come to Prabhupada Ashraya. We are not rushing this lesson because it is critical and fundamental. So let's take time to refresh our brains, refresh our intelligence. That after chanting the prana mantra of their Diksha Guru, all grand disciples and future generations should chant at least the first of Srila Prabhupada's pranam mantra while offering obeisances as a means of respecting the founder Acharya. This is from the ISKCON law book. Okay? So if you have any question along the line, so otherwise we are moving fast. Srila Prabhupada Ashraya continues. It should be understood that the purpose of Siksha and Diksha within ISKCON is to strengthen the devotee's relationship with Srila Prabhupada in terms of fidelity, attachment, and affection. This is the purpose of the Siksha and the Diksha within ISKCON. Siksha means instruction. Those who guide you on your daily devotional practices. They are your Siksha gurus. Or those who first connect you to Krishna consciousness, your Siksha guru. Those your parents who gave birth to you, they are your Siksha gurus also. But here the focus is on those who are training you in ISKCON and the person that gives you initiation. Therefore, we limit it to Siksha and Diksha. And that the purpose of Siksha and Diksha within ISKCON is to strengthen the devotee's relationship with Srila Prabhupada in terms of fidelity, attachment, and affection. should be loyal to Srila Prabhupada. We should get attached to following Srila Prabhupada's exemplary life, and also develop affection as a matter of appreciation for what is given to us. If somebody always doing you good, thinking good of you, making arrangement for you, it is natural that you show appreciation to that person. Now, this is a diagrammatic representation of the Ashraya family. Sikshas, Diksha Gurus, Srila Prabhupada on top, and the disciple down. You see that all the three arrows are pointing to the disciples. This means that the disciple must take instruction from the Sikshas, he must take instruction from the Dikshas, and he must take instruction from Srila Prabhupada. And that the Sikshas and the Dikshas are giving you instruction in order to strengthen your relationship with Srila Prabhupada. So the focus is the disciple. These three gurus are all helping complementarily for the disciple to develop an authentic relationship with Srila Prabhupada. So they are working together. Symbiotically, they are working together to help strengthen the relationship between the disciple or the newcomer and Srila Prabhupada. This is their work. So they are together. And we say sometimes some people take more shelter of Srila Prabhupada, others take more shelter of their Diksha gurus, others take more shelter of their Siksha gurus. It's all right. Okay? It's all right because they are all working together to help raise the disciples level. So they are working together. Now, sometimes a Diksha guru is not present always. You all know this. A Diksha guru is not present always sometimes. Therefore, one can take learning, instruction from an advanced devotee. That is called the Siksha guru. Siksha guru does not mean he is speaking something against the teachings of the Diksha guru. He is not a Diksha guru. It's not a Siksha guru. It's a rascal. If somebody is giving instructions that are contrary to the instructions given by your guru, your Diksha guru, the person is, he can be termed a rascal. Because just as every guru is expected to work under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada and is following the principles and is chanting and is living exemplary life, the Siksha gurus, like the temple presidents or those who are training you in different departments, in cooking departments, in altar departments, should also have that positive attitude towards all senior devotees. What to talk of the guru? So if somebody is giving you instructions that are derogatory, the instructions that are like to kill your faith in your guru, or to say something contrary to what the guru is saying, that means telling you not to do devotional service, trying to blaspheme devotees that you are wasting time. That person is a rascal. It's not a Siksha guru. A true Siksha guru will only point to you how to intensify your devotional service, how to increase your service to your guru, how to increase your marginal propensity to carry out the instructions of your guru, because your guru is working in harmony with Srila Prabhupada. If you take the instructions of your guru seriously, you are taking the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. They are all working together. And if somebody instructs you in a negative way, telling you to maybe disobey your guru or do something that will not please them, such person is not a Siksha guru. Is a rascal. Got it? So there are parameters to measure the authenticity of a Siksha guru. If temple president is telling you to do something that is not Krishna conscious, then you better immediately find way to go far from him. As such, a devotee is ultimately delivered by Sri Krishna, acting through a combination of various manifestations of his mercy. And what are these various manifestations? This includes, but are not limited to, the Chaitya Guru, the Lord in the heart, is the manifestation of the mercy potency of Sri Krishna, the Lord in the heart. Krishna is Krishna who has expanded himself into the Lord in the heart as a super soul to help you, to try to help to deliver you, the conditioned souls. Then Srila Prabhupada is confirming what the Lord in the heart is telling you, because we are not pure enough to hear the super soul's dictations directly. We are not pure enough. The super soul is always speaking, but we are not hearing. So the super soul himself manifests externally as the guru. In this case, our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, so that he can confirm to us what the super soul is saying. And is living by example so that we can have opportunity to observe him, how he's carrying out the 9 processes of bhakti. So that by that, if we are not clarified, if we are not clear about something, we can directly ask him also. We can observe him, how he's doing it. We can inquire from him to dispel our doubts, to clarify things for us. And also, we can have opportunity to serve him, because service to the guru, the pure devotee, opens the door of liberation. That's the quotation Maharaj was given today. Mahat Sevam Dwaram Aho Vimukte. Mahat Seva, service to the great devotees, opened wide the door of liberation. Mahat Seva Dwaram Aho Vimukte. It opens the door of liberation. So they are working together. The Srila Prabhupada is clarifying what the Super Soul is telling us. Then the Guru Paramparam, they are all, doing the same job of clarifying what the Super Soul is telling us. What lust, greed, anger, envy do not allow us to hear. The spiritual master and the gurus in the Paramparam, they are confirming this is what the Super Soul is saying, and they are living it by example. One Diksha Guru, the Diksha Guru also is properly connected to the Paramparam. So he is telling us how to understand what the Super Soul is saying. So all are mercy manifestation of Krishna. Then the holy name, Krishna himself come in form of the holy name again. So that when you are chanting him, you are directly associating with him. That's why you should chant attentively. Your mind should be there when you are chanting. Okay? You should be attentive in your chanting and observe all the rules and regulations of chanting. Then you see that you are directly associating with Krishna in the form of the holy name. Just like when you associate dull iron rod with fire, in due course of time, the iron rod will take the quality, will imbibe the qualities of fire. So similarly, it can become very red hot, that whatever it touches can be burnt. So similarly, when our dull mind is constantly associated with the pure holy name of Krishna, the dullness will vanish, our consciousness becomes refined until we begin to have a direct perception of the self by realization. Then, of course, the Sastra, the scriptures are not different from the Lord. Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is not different from Krishna. It's called Sastra deity. And all other bona fide scriptures are not different from the Lord. And the 9 processes of bhakti, or the 9 processes of devotional service, the Guru is teaching us how to do them. So they are all mercy manifestation of Krishna. And they all combine together to help the devotee in order to deliver him from the clutches of material nature. You got it right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That is very gratifying to the soul, purifying to the soul. Just by hearing this alone, it purifies the heart. Within these cooperative elements, what are these elements we are talking of? The elements we just mentioned now. The Lord in the heart, the Chaitya Guru, Srila Prabhupada, the Guru Paramparam, the Sastras or scriptures, then the Mahamantra, then the Diksha Guru, then the 9 processes of bhakti. These are the elements we are talking of. Within these cooperative elements, cooperative because they are working together complementarily to help release the devotee. So within these cooperative elements, Srila Prabhupada, as the founder of Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, is the preeminent guru for all members of ISKCON. ISKCON is an institution teaching us how to practice bhakti. So Srila Prabhupada is the founder of Acharya of the institution. So if you want to work under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada, you should accept, embrace, imbibe the institutional guidelines within ISKCON, in which Srila Prabhupada is the founder of Acharya. You should be so gratitude, because if not for Srila Prabhupada's packaging, most of us, 99% of us, will not be able to take up to Krishna consciousness. Will not be able to take up. But Srila Prabhupada has such situational empowerment, situational intelligence that is able to analyze situations and is able to teach in a way that we can only bite what we can swallow, and instrumentally giving us, is like a powerful first-class professor who knows so much, but is dealing with different people according to their level, and is able to package the philosophy in a way that from whichever level one is, one feels connected. This is what Srila Prabhupada has done. He has presented Krishna consciousness in a multi-socket fashion, multi-socket, a socket that has many points to plug in. According to your level, you can still plug in whichever level you are. You can, until they begin to explain to us that each and every one of us have unique potentialities. We all have some unique potentialities where we have competitive advantage over others. And if the Prabhupada is able to identify that and is able to engage each and every individual according to that particular competitive competence, and in that way connect him to Krishna consciousness. Isn't that beautiful? He's a master. The Prabhupada is a master in the art and science of unity in diversity. Yes, unity in diversity. And diversity in individuality. The Prabhupada is a master in that art. You see, if somebody is a cook, he knows that he's a cook. He can do that service as a cook and please Krishna. If somebody is a Sankirtan devotee, he can do that Sankirtan from there, please Krishna. If somebody is a Pujari, he can do that. So he situationally position each and every one and give them services accordingly. And this is what makes the Prabhupada unique, special, whereby where his God brothers could not make any results, he made results because of this situational approach. So generally, management has evolved to situational management now, even in the secular world. Different stroke for different folks. Different strokes for different folks. Yet, all are still within the organizational framework in the matter of equifinality, whereby the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada stand out as supreme. Wherever there is a conflict between individual interest and organizational interest, we subordinate our individual interests for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. So this is equifinality. So Srila Prabhupada is very unique. Let us reserve all respect for him. All members of ISKCON for all generations are encouraged to seek shelter of Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai. Say Jai now, if you are there. Are you there? Say Jai.
Yes, we are there.
Say Jai
Jai.
now. Jai. All members of ISKCON entitled are encouraged to have a personal relationship with Srila Prabhupada through his books, teachings, service, and his ISKCON society. ISKCON society means following or functioning within the organizational framework. Yes, of ISKCON. You have to work, you have to know your level, and you know that each and everyone within ISKCON is accountable to somebody. So if you want to be protected by that administrative structure set up by Srila Prabhupada, you have to function accordingly. No, you have to be accountable to somebody. Everybody is monitoring everybody. And everybody has somebody who can solve his problems because you have immediate authority to submit to. This is called unity of command in management, unity of command. Okay, this is how beautiful we are going on in this beautiful matter. For spiritual achievements, the easiest part is to take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and to serve him with heart and soul. That is the secret of success. As stated by Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur in his 8th stanza of prayers to the spiritual master, Yasya prasada bhagava prasado, Yasya prasada nagati kutopi, Jayam subham tasya sastri saryam, Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam, Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarami. By serving or receiving the grace of the spiritual master, one receives the grace of the Supreme Lord. A sincere disciple, simply by serving the bona fide spiritual master, count, and the spiritual master simultaneously. He achieves the mercy of the Lord, he achieves the mercy of the spiritual master simultaneously. So by the double mercy of the Lord and the spiritual master, his spiritual life becomes successful. So, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So this is the summary of. But then, you should go to Appendix 5. That is on your own when you are free. You go and read Appendix 5. You get a lot. Let me go on to lesson 6, which is for today. First, I stop sharing. I open lesson 6. Now, in lesson 6, which is part of unit 2, selecting guru. Selecting guru. So, qualifications of a bona fide guru. We are going to talk about the qualifications of a bona fide guru. We are going to talk about selecting a guru, what it means. Then, if we have the time, we'll talk about the steps for selecting the guru. So this is what we are going to go into now. Wait, I'm still battling with my PowerPoint to give me face. Resume, view slides. Then Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Can you see my new screen now?
Yes.
This is the screen for the PowerPoint for lesson 6. And here, the aim in lesson 6, the aim is to familiarize students with the authentic guru's qualification as defined and exemplified in Shastra. To equip students to examine, select, and develop appropriate relationship with ISKCON Dikshas and Siksha Gurus. And also to prepare for Harinam Diksha by giving attention to suitable motivation, time, and choice. Then the Guru's qualifications by current ISKCON standards. Then the objectives, that by the end of the lesson, students will be able to cite the general qualifications and symptoms of a bona fide guru with reference to appropriate verses from Shastra. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to discuss eligibility to become guru in relation to Kanista Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, Uttama Adhikari Vaishnavas. Then Sadhana Siddha, Nitya Siddha, Mahabhagavad Vaishnavas. Position in Vanashram. And also, by the end of the lesson, students will be able to discuss the specific qualifications of an ISKCON guru with reference to current ISKCON standards. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to explain the responsibility of the prospective disciple to examine and select the Diksha and Siksha Gurus. And by the end of the lesson, students will be able to discuss appropriate and inappropriate utilization of ISKCON's process of Guru authorization in one selection of Diksha and Siksha Gurus. Then also to differentiate between appropriate and inappropriate reasons and methods of selecting Diksha and Siksha Gurus. And also, by the end of the lesson, students will be able to cite appropriate references from the teachings of Srila Prabhupada in the broader Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. So, let's go. Now, PowerPoint 1. You can see. Chaitanya. Who is instructing the disciples here in this PowerPoint? Is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructing the disciples. And now, what are we looking for in a guru? What are we looking for in a guru? Please, so let's brainstorm.
Mercy.
Mercy. We are looking for the mercy from the guru. Very correct. Again, what comes to your mind when we ask you that question? What are we looking for in a guru? You particularly, what are you looking for in a guru?
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Support.
Support, spiritual support, isn't it?
Yeah, guidance.
Or material support also. Maybe to give some money. Boom. To establish our business. These are some of the wrong reasons for approaching Guru. Later we are going to come to those ones. To approach Guru, maybe Guru will give me money to start business. If I get a Guru, that Guru is in America, he has all the connections. He will give me money. He will tell one of his disciples to establish me in business. So let me take a Guru for that purpose. Wrong purpose for selecting a Guru. To do that, you'll be frustrated along the line. Yes, what else are we looking for in a Guru?
Prabhu, also to impart knowledge to the disciples.
You are looking for a Guru, you expect that the Guru is heavy with knowledge and he will be able to clarify all our doubts.
Yes, please.
All the perplexities that life will present to us, the Guru should be able to dispel any kind of perplexity, clarify things for us. Yes, that is correct. What else again are you looking for in a Guru?
Prabhu, compassion.
Compassion. That somebody who knows that I don't know, but he can see, he will not laugh at me that I don't know. Rather, he will tolerate me and take time to cultivate me like tomato. Pour water on the seed, you first bring soil, you put the tomato seed in the soil, you start watering it, and it's coming up, it's removing the weeds that are competing with it, it's cleaning it, you see any insects, you try to spray the insects. So, yes, you cultivate just like tomato because of compassion. You know that we are very tender, just like a child. A child is helpless, so the parents take all time to make sure that they give him pampers. When the pamper is wet, they remove it. They give another one, put powder there. Go and buy Johnson powder. Put the pamper him and culture him. After them, you know what they mean. They know what the child means. He wants breast. Even in the public, the mother can bring her breast out for the child. She doesn't care. In this way, out of compassion is there. Pampering in combination ourselves to bring up the child. And the Guru, we expect that we tolerate our shortcomings and compassionately guide us out of ignorance. Very good. Any other reason? What else are we still looking for in a Guru?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, carry on.
Praise them, say, we Guru to help us to humble.
To help us to become humble. Whatever
Yes.
it takes for us to become humble, the Guru will do it to us. Even if it means to chastise us, to knock our head, we chastise. Hey, what the hell are you doing here? You are supposed to be chanting and you are sleeping. And the Siksha Gurus help him. He appoints some people to see that on daily basis you are on track. You are doing your sadhana very strongly. Yes. So the Gurus will be there to help us, observe us, chastise us when necessary, guiding us and bringing us on track. Yes. And a lot more. So this is why we need a guru. We are entering a journey whereby we don't know what exactly is on the way. The different obstacles on the way waiting for us. The guru knows the obstacles ahead. And he knows their symptoms. He doesn't need to see them physically before he knows that this obstacle is present, especially the subtle one. Lust, greed, envy, anger, malice. All these are obstacles on the part of devotional service. So the guru knows where they are residing. Some are residing within your body. Some are residing within your senses. Some are residing within your mind. Some are residing within your intelligence. Some are residing within your ego. The guru knows the residential quarters of all these demons, subtle demons, metaphysical demons. And he will be able to help to identify them and guide you through so that you will not be hurt. So a more local example is this, that the spiritual world is our goal. That's where we actually belong. But we are here now as strangers. So we want to go back to the spiritual world. This is the spiritual journey we are taking now. Joining this community, we want to go back to where we actually belong. So the temples are like the embassies to the spiritual world, the embassies of the spiritual world. Yeah, just like America has its embassy here. Germany has its embassy here. Whatever is being done in that particular country is being represented in this embassy. So if you want to know how that things function there, you go to the embassy and you study and you see that the embassy is a replica. It's a representative of the country. So similarly, as somebody wants to go back over to God, we don't know how the kingdom of God is. Therefore, the temple, which is the embassy, there is a deity. The form of the Lord in the spiritual world is presented here as a deity. There, when you go there, you are going to see things like devotees offering obeisances, wearing tilak, tying dhoti, the woman wearing sari, moving all around, plucking flowers, making garlands. You will see sets of women all making garlands, competing to make the best garland. You go and see them. You see those who are cooking for the Lord, those who are pujaris, all those services that we are doing in the temple. There are the activities going on in the spiritual world. Then dancing kirtan, the ultimate activity, dancing with the Lord, dancing. So in the embassy, you have to learn how to live there so that when you get to the spiritual world, you will not look like a stranger, okay? You have already practiced how to live there. So when you get there, you will not be seen as a stranger, okay? And that is exactly why before you take initiation, you have to be following for like 1 year at least. You are following the process. You are living in the embassy. You are living how to live. You are learning how to live in the spiritual world when you get there. And the temple that you see is just the complete a replica of what is going on in the spiritual world. That's why our temples are very strange to Kamis. When they come, everything is inconceivable. Once we enter the temple, everything is inconceivable. We enter the compound. The devotees, you see shaven-headed people moving up and down, tying different kind of cloth that is not outside, and their songs are different. Everything they are doing is strange. It's because that is what is going on in the spiritual world, and you are now in the material world, trying to experience what is going on there. So the spiritual master is the person who will check to see if your passport to the spiritual world is valid. If it is valid, then the spiritual master will find out, is your ticket okay? You have a two-way ticket, or you want to go to the spiritual world with one-way ticket. Then he checks to see if all your credentials, all the requirements, or you have enough bank balance in your account. The spiritual master checks all this. So our daily devotional practices, are we following the four regulative principles? Part of the credentials, are they complete? Yes, it's following. You have enough bank balance, spiritual bank balance, how much service you have been rendering is taken note of. If you are spaced out, you are not rendering any service, the spiritual master will know also. Then he will check your relationship with other devotees, your attitude towards the guru and the param and other Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. The spiritual master will check. Are you serious about chanting your 16 rounds or performing the 9 processes of bhakti? The spiritual master will check. So in this way, the temple presidents will help you, all the managers, temple managers will help you, help the guru to check whether you are a qualified candidate to be recommended for going back home back to Godhead. So all this work the spiritual master does. Spiritual master key, child. So, and this is what is it. Therefore, it is the spiritual master and his temple of management authorities that will check whether you are actually following enough to be recommended for more blessings. That's why we said the firewood, if you want to make a jagger and the wood is already dry, even if it is mango wood you want to use or whatever wood, if the wood is already dry, when you put it in the fire, it will just make the thing happen very nicely. But if the wood is wet, if it is not that just cut the fresh wood, you go and put it in fire jagger, you only produce smoke. You only produce smoke. So the wood must be dry first. The candidate must be, the disciple must be following first. The potential disciple must be following first before it's recommended for initiation. So if you are following first, then for 1 year, that means you are already dry wood. When you enter the jagger, you will just burn cooperatively. You see? But if you are a wet wood, that means if you are not following the principle, you are still chewing 1 man thousand secretly and still cracking crab legs, using your teeth to extract the muscles inside the legs and chewing it and cracking the cover secretly, or you are still using odongo stool as spicy in your private cooking, and you are eating bush meat. And you are knuckling 1 bottle of beer secretly once in a while. All that, it makes you wet wood that will only produce smoke. So let us be dry wood first. Duty of the spiritual master as the ambassador to check all this before he endorses you. He gives you the stamp. Okay, you can board the plane. Board the plane now. Hare Krishna. You want to ask a
Hare
question?
Krishna.
Okay, Dr. Richards, ask a question. Unmute and ask.
Oh, please come again.
I thought you wanted to ask a question.
No.
Okay, you were waving. Okay, no problem. Let me go into my slides. Yes. This is our where we are now, selecting guru. Unit 2, lesson 6. What are the qualifications of a guru? Qualifications of a bona fide guru. And the first qualification is Vasho Vegam Manasakro Davegam Jiva Vegam Udaropasta Vegam Etam Vegam Yo Visa Etadira Salvam Apimam Pritivim Sasisias. These are the basic first qualifications of a guru. What does that mean? See what it means. A sober person who can tolerate the urges of speak, the urge to speak, sorry. A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, demands, the actions of anger, and the urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals is qualified to make disciples all over the world. These are the first qualifications of a guru. So the person we want to take initiation from, does he fall into this category? A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger, and the urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals is qualified to make disciples all over the world. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asked Krishna, say, for such a person who has attained transcendence, how does he speak? How does he speak? They are not asking whether he speaks English, he speaks American English or Chinese English, or he speaks Chinese or Japanese or Hindi. That is not what they're asking. How does he speak? That means when he's provoked by circumstances, what are the things that come out from his mouth? There is austerity of speech in the Bhagavad Gita, austerity of speech. You see, a sober person speaks only scriptures. When he's angry, he does not speak. All his speeches are uplifting. They raise others up by their talks. Their talks are scriptures. Their words are scriptures. And the mind is always bombarding us with all kinds of desires. A sober person is sober, is equiposed, is like an ocean. Despite the incessant flow of waves, despite the incessant flow of desires into the mind, is not agitated. It stays still. Why? Because the ocean is deep. The ocean is not agitated because it is very deep. A devotee is expected to be deep. To be deeply in knowledge shows that nothing agitates him easily. Why? Because he either sees whatever is happening as a text coming from the Param through his God brothers and sisters, or something that Krishna want him to bring out his inner qualities, and therefore he's arranging this text. He quickly sees the Lord in everything and sees everything in the Lord. So he's never bewildered. So he's not easily agitated. He's as deep as the ocean. And the actions of anger. And so today Maharaj was saying there are 3 gates leading to hell. Trividam Narakasiyadam. There are 3 gates leading to hell. One of them is anger. See, so we should learn how to control the urge to become angry. Okay? We should control. Anger is a suggestion given by the mind. And you should be able to see beyond. You should conquer the mind instead. So that when the mind is conquered, said the super soul is already reached. To touch a man, happiness and distress, honor and dishonor, heat and cold are all the same. It's equiposed. We are expected to be equiposed. So especially if you are a spiritual master, you should be equiposed. You should speak only words that are uplifting, take only prashadam, then don't get agitated by the influx of desires that comes into your mind. That means you have to be very deep like the ocean, which remains still despite all the rivers and rivulets that enters into it. It remains still. It's not agitated. That is how a spiritual master should be. Then it's not easily angered. And he has full control over the urges of the tongue. The tongue want to taste this, want to taste that. The spiritual master remain immune, unagitated by the desires of the mind. Then the belly and the genitals. Genitals are always trying to demand for gratification, but the spiritual master says, no, keep quiet. Calm down, keep quiet. What are you? So the spiritual master tolerates the urges without being disturbed. And is qualified, such a person is qualified to make disciples all over the world. But that's why it's called a Goswami. Goswami means the master of the senses. And on the other hand, a Godas means the servant of the senses. So those who act according to the impulses of the mind and the urge of the tongue and the demands of the belly and genitals, such a person is called a Godas, a servant of the senses. But a Goswami is one who controls the urges of the senses. So it's a Goswami. We are expected to become Goswamis and not Godas. The spiritual masters are Goswamis. You can hear their name. His Holiness Bhattacharya Damodara Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. So this is it. They are doing work that we cannot do. We are gratifying our senses while they are controlling their senses. So they deserve all the respects. That is from Nectar of Instruction, first sloka. Then, Tad Vigyanatam Sa Gurum Eva Bigashet. We are still on the qualification of the Guru. Tad Vigyanatam Sa Gurum Eva Bigashet. Samit Panis Trotriyam Brahmanistam. What does that mean? To understand these things properly, one must humbly approach with firewood in hand a spiritual master who is learned in the Vedas and firmly devoted to the absolute truth. So, approaching the spiritual master with firewood in hand, what does it mean? It means you should go to the spiritual master with something to serve him, something to help him in his service. We are going to the spiritual master, we are approaching him with something in hand to help him in his service to Krishna. With firewood in hand. A spiritual master who is learned in the Vedas, why is Strotriyam Brahmanistam, is learned in the Vedas and is firmly devoted to the absolute truth. That's why I say spiritual master is heavy with knowledge of the Vedas. And the result of that deep knowledge is that is firmly situated in devotional service. Nothing can shake him in devotional service. Firm devotion. That is the spiritual master. Okay. So these are the qualifications of you should look forward in the spiritual master. Is it connected to the bona fide spiritual line of Panamparam? Or it is disconnected? Or is he speaking something of a giving a self-styled knowledge, or is he speaking according to the sastras? Is he self-controlled? Is he sense-controlled? So this is why we say test. Test doesn't mean you go and put some flimsy test. No. You have to observe the guru to see his way, what he does, how he does things. Then if that inspires you, go ahead to take initiation. Qualifications of a bona fide guru. Achara prachara. Achara prachara. Namera karaha dui karia. Tumi sarva guru. Tumi jagatira arya. Oh. You simultaneously perform both duties in relation to the holy name by your personal behavior and by your preaching. Therefore, you are the spiritual master of the entire world. For you are the most advanced devotee in the world. This Sri Chaitanya, from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila. You simultaneously perform both duties in relation to the holy name by your personal behavior and by your preaching. Personal behavior means your conduct. Say you are surrendered to the holy name, let it manifest in your conduct. And also, if it is truly good for you, tell others about it. And if you are doing that in full self-control, you are a spiritual master of the entire world, for you are most advanced in the world. Sami Pani Srutpriyam Brahmanistam. So in the note, in the student handbook, it is written, a bona fide guru does not impart some self-styled concocted knowledge. His knowledge is standard and received from the Paramparam system. He is also firmly fixed in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Brahmanistam. These are his two qualifications. He must have had the Vedic knowledge through the discipline succession, and he must be established in service to the Supreme Lord. He does not have to be a very learned scholar, but he must have had from the proper authority. And we say this Paramparam system. We gave the analogy of a ripened mango. There is a ripened mango on the top of a tree, mango tree. And if you want to get it, you are down. Want to get it unbroken. There are two formulas. There are two ways of getting the mango. One way is that somebody will climb and stand on the last branch where he can stretch his hand and pluck the mango. Another person goes, he climbs and stands in the branch next to him where he's standing. Another person climbs and stands the branch next to him until the last person can stretch his hand and take it from that person standing on the lowest branch. So in this way, when the person plucks the mango, he will hand it over to the next person. That next person will hand it over to the next person. That person will hand it over to the next person. That person will hand it over to the next person until it comes to him. the person down, standing on the ground, he will receive the mango without any scratch. As it was succulent up there, so succulent it is when it gets to his hand. No scratch. What to talk of mango being broken? But the second way of getting that mango is to stay on the ground. You don't make arrangement with anybody. You take a catapult, or you take a stone, or you take some stick, and you fling it. You throw until you're able to get the mango. You can hit the mango up there, and it will be broken. Actually, right there, it will be broken. And when it falls, it comes with such speed that it will come and smash on the ground also. So it becomes more broken. Then you are able to pick whatever you can get out of it. You go and manage it. That is one way. So the first way is to hand it over from branch to branch until it gets down to the person down. The second way is to target it with some stick or stone or some catapult, and you get it down broken, rough, dirty. Then you go and wash it and you take it. Which way will you prefer? But Jeremiah, which way will you prefer? But Kwame,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
which way will you prefer? How will you want to get the mango? Would you like to stone it with catapult, or you will hand it over from branch to branch until it get to you down there?
I have to branch to get it.
Okay. That is the safest way, and that is the best way if you want to get it wholesome. But if you don't care whatever you get out of it, then you stone it. It will come and crash, and whatever you get, you manage it. So the intelligent man prefer that it is handed over from branch to branch until it gets down to it. This is the way of the Parampanam. So having known the way of the Parampanam, let us move to the second half of this question. The second half is selecting a guru. But let's see what is on the qualifications expressed in this connection are that one must act according to the scriptural injunctions and at the same time preach. One who does so is a bona fide spiritual master. Qualification of further qualification. Kibabit prakibanyasi sudrakene naya se yei Krishna tatva veta se guru haya. Kibabi prakibanyasi sudrakene naya yei Krishna tatva veta se guru haya. A Bengali video so. This is Bengali. Whether one is a Brahmana, a sannyasi, or Sudra, regardless of what he is, he can become a spiritual master if he knows the science of Krishna. So this is in answer to the question. Who can become a spiritual master? So this quote is given. Yes. This quote is given. Who is eligible to become a spiritual master? And Lord Chaitanya is answering. Whether one is a Brahmana, a sannyasi, or a Sudra, regardless of what he is, he can become a spiritual master if he knows the science of Krishna. So in India, this was a problem because the caste system was very strong. So if you are born into a Brahmin family, you're automatically a Brahmana. It doesn't matter whether you have the qualifications. Once you are born into a Kshatriya family, you're automatically a Kshatriya. It doesn't matter whether you have the qualifications or not. And then you are a Vaishya if you are born into a Vaishya family, whether you have the qualifications or not. And you are a Sudra, you're born into a Sudra family, automatically you are a Sudra. So by this, there were so many unqualified Brahmanas, unqualified Kshatriyas, unqualified Vaishyas, even unqualified Shudras. Because people were going by birth. They became so artificial that once you are born into Brahmana, you are a Brahmana. Whether you are not following anything, you are seen as a Brahmana. You can see the danger. You can see the danger because Brahmana children were doing all kinds of abominable things. Yet they wanted still to be seen as Brahmanas and be worshipped as Brahmanas and be respected as Brahmanas. Whereas they have no single Brahmanical qualification. You want to be seen as a Brahmana, but you go and drink and smoke and womanize, and you still want people to see you as a Brahmana. Is that okay? So in this way, it was becoming funny. The caste system in India was becoming funny. There were so many unqualified Brahmanas who were misusing it because there was no proper guidance. Understand? People were misusing. And in fact, Muslims used to convert them. That, okay, if you are a Brahmana and Muslims are, for instance, considered militias, like outcasts, they don't fall into any of the caste systems, so they're outcasts. So if there is a gathering of Brahmanas, Muslims, they spread by violence. If there is a gathering of Brahmanas, Muslims will go there and they will carry buckets of water and pour the water on the Brahmanas. Anybody that the water touch, the person is converted to Islam. Just like the water from an outcast touching you, you have become an outcast automatically. They were too external. Can you see? So they were converting so many Hindus at the time, very, very easily. Just go and pour water on somebody, then you have converted the person. So by extension, there were so many rascals parading themselves as Brahmanas. Just get the threads and you are a Brahmana, whether you have to qualify. So Lord Chaitanya came and he argued against that. And he said, it doesn't matter where you are born from. What matters is the qualification. If you are born a Brahmana and you don't have the qualities of a Brahmana, you are not a Brahmana. If you are born a Kshatriya and you have the qualities of a Brahmana, you are a Brahmana. If you are born a Sudra and you have the qualification of a Brahmana, you are a Brahmana. So in this way, Lord Chaitanya said, Brahmanaship is by qualification, not by birth. So it's a revolution. Krishna consciousness or Lord Chaitanya movement is a revolutionary movement out of Hinduism. So in this way, he argued, because in India, before you can establish one, you have to defeat so many scholars. And Lord Chaitanya was defeating people and he eventually established that it doesn't matter where you are. And it is by that mercy potency of Lord Chaitanya that Westerners and to our own level even, we can consider ourselves Brahmanas, we can consider ourselves anything because of this Lord Chaitanya's principle. That by that you can make Brahmana from any part of the world. Not that you follow the Indian caste system unless you are born in India. That means all those who are born outside of India cannot become Brahmanas. You see, if you are not an Indian, you cannot become like the right of Indians to become Brahmana. Brahmanaship is the right of those Indians, and especially those who are born in Brahmanica family. Lord Chaitanya smashed that, therefore he quoted this verse. Now, whether one is a Brahmana, a sannyasi, or a Sudra, regardless of what he is, he can become a spiritual master if he knows the signs of Krishna. Knowing the signs of Krishna means if he's able to follow, control his senses, and learn how to engage all the senses in the service of Krishna. There is the signs of Krishna. Then if he's versed in knowledge about this, he can become a Brahmana, regardless of his place of birth. So it is by that we are all included. Okay? So qualifications are good. Even without any qualifications, one can become a spiritual master. How? Now the process is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Amara Agyaya, on my order. On my order. That is the crucial point. One does not become spiritual master by his own whims. That is not spiritual master. It must be ordered by superior authority. So Lord Chaitanya says on his order, even if you don't have any qualification, you can become a guru, because when he orders you, he empowers you with his costless mercy. Then you can do the impossible. So we should position ourselves to receive the, mercy of the Lord by being humble and by being sincerely endeavoring to practice devotional service. So that is it. On my order, that is the crucial point. The permission of the guru. You cannot become a guru by calling yourself a guru. Just like we're having some fashionable gurus now. Some devotees live in ISKCON. They go on their own. They call themselves, they add acharya to their name. Add some title to their names and they become gurus by themselves. And they start initiating disciples. These are dislocated Vaishnavas. This is done by dislocated Vaishnavas. And it is going on up to tomorrow. In West Africa, we have some of them also. You say you cannot function with any authority, you cannot obey any authority, you cannot regard any authority. You yourself be an authority. So you give yourself some name as a spiritual master and you begin to operate like that. That is whimsical. That means you are not disciplined and you are not ready to accept the discipline from the Parampara. You are riding on the 2 wheels of false ego, ahanta and mamata. There are 2 wheels or 2 tracks for the train of false ego. One track is ahanta and another track is mamata. I am mine. You can just wake up and call yourself any name and you become good. But this is not approved by Lord Chaitanya, neither is it approved by Srila Prabhupada. First, you must become qualified. Third Vijnata, Sa Guru Meva Vijnata. You must be connected to a bona fide Paramparam system. That means you must be disciplined by the Paramparam arrangement. Now you fit in, then you are empowered by a superior. A guru will empower you to become a guru. The guru will empower you to become a guru. Then by that empowerment, you don't make yourself guru. You see, if you do that and try that, that means you are whimsical. That means you are not qualified to be a guru. You see? But this is happening. You must be authorized by one who is connected to the Paramparam. And you must not speak outside of the knowledge coming down from the Paramparam. Are you within the Paramparam? Are you speaking according to your gurus? Then you are on track. Otherwise, you are off track. See, you are off track. So once you go off track, it will be difficult for you to come back. So that is the crucial point. You must be authorized by a bona fide spiritual master for you to become bona fide spiritual master. You must be authorized. Okay? So Qualification. 10 is spiritual master. Amara Agyana, just like in our case, our superior authority, our spiritual master, he ordered me that you must try to preach this gospel, whatever you have learned from me in English. So we have tried it. That's all. On the order, because implicit in the order is the mercy of the Guru. Yes. Having said this much about the qualifications of the Guru, we now gravitate onto selecting a Guru. Do we stop here and postpone this to next class?
Okay, sir.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Somebody came very late. Please, that person, we advise you next time don't come late. And we have said so much today. It is good that we go and digest. And we now do the second half in our next class because it's very rich and we have to enjoy it in Krishna consciousness. So, thank you very much. We are going to continue from selecting a guru. That's what slide it is, slide 14. And that time we are not going to talk so much of, though we also make a recap of what we have said, but maybe not more than 5 minutes. Then we go into action, then we finish the lesson. On Thursday. Hare Krishna, see you on Thursday. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or commentary, you can bring it forward before we close. Any question? No. Let us stop. So we thank you. We appreciate you very much for your coming. If you know any of those who are taking the course but are not coming, you should encourage the person to come because we don't want epileptic attendance. Epileptic attendance. Attendance that is suffering from a disease called epilepsy. We don't appreciate it. So we want to see your faces, then we close. Thank you, Dr. Jeremiah and Dr. Kwame Yoyo, for your attendance. Thank you, Dr. Jeremiah Kwaku.
Okay.
Thank you for your attendance.
Yeah.
Then Dr. Richard Buama is the first class attendant for today. Number one attendant for today. The best attendant for today is Richard Buama. Thank you very much. We very deeply appreciate. And I hope you will not lose that position to anybody else the next time.
Krishna Prabhu. I came late.
Dr. Felix.
Yeah, I came late. Yes, I came late. I was stuck in traffic from work coming home.
Okay.
That is why.
No problem. We appreciate your three-quarter attendance. Is it three-quarter? No, one-quarter attendance because you came very late. We appreciate. We still appreciate. Because you are better than those who didn't attend at all. Where is Shadrach? Where is Dr. Shadrach? He's not going to be found. See, so you have overshadowed him seriously. Then Dr. Joshua Amezuoe. Let us see your face also now. Dr. Joshua Amezuoe. Are you there? You see? This is why there is online classes. Sometimes somebody can on his video and just go away. Eating or cooking or doing so many different things. But the video is there, the video is off, so you don't know. Until when you ask the person to speak, then you know whether it's there or not. So we are coming to know that Dr. Joshua Amezuoe is there, but it's not there.
Crazy.
His attendance is diplomatic attendance. It's a diplomatic attendance. Then Dr. Joshua. Okay, it's the same Joshua. And then Bactin. No, not Bactin, no. It's Mother Isa Prayer. Isa Prayer. David Asking. Are you there?
Yes, please.
Okay, Isa Prayer is there. But you didn't allow us to get your darshan. Why? Are you selfish? I know you are a person. You are not an person. Okay, no problem. But we thank you for your attendance. The attendance today is very good, very encouraging. Keep it up. And see all of you on Thursday. Hare Krishna. It's Confounder Charles AC back to the Prabhupada Ki.
Yeah.
So
Jai.
thank you then. Whoa.
Haribo.
Yeah.
Stop sharing. Stop sharing. Log out.